Good morning. My name is Nayoka Lynn and happy Sunday. So last night, sitting in my chair, I don't know what, well, I didn't know why at the time, but I thought of something that happened to me a long while back. I planted a garden. I was determined that I was going to plant a garden, my own vegetables and fruit. And at the time, the man that I was married to was angry with me. I asked him for his help. He wouldn't help me. It was like, you want it? Do it. So I did. And I was determined. I broke up the ground. It was hard. I had blisters all over my hands. But I attended to my garden every day. I went out there and got the soil ready and made my little mounds. I went to the store and I bought my little seed packets of all the things that I wanted to grow. And the day that I was going to plant my seeds, I was excited. I started thinking about all the wonderful things that were going to grow. Well, I had no knowledge of a garden. I remembered one that my stepfather had, and it was his pride and joy. And I remember eating some beautiful tomatoes and squash from that garden, and I wanted that. But as I said, I had no knowledge. I had a desire to grow my beautiful garden. And before you knew it, my little seedlings were popping out of the ground. I was so excited. I went out there and tended to my garden every day. And one day I came home from work and I went out there. Oh, my plants were just getting so pretty, and my squash and zucchini started to flower, and my cucumber, everything was just looking beautiful. But it looked like something was taking bites out of the leaves. So I went inside and I asked him about it. He was still angry with me, and he didn't say anything. I'm out there and I'm looking around. I didn't see any bugs on my plants. I didn't see anything. I just couldn't understand why these bites were being taken out of my leaves, and like all my leaves. And one day I came home. My okra plants were reduced to stalks. My green beans, my squash, everything was destroyed. I was mad. I was so mad. I took the shovel and I went out there and I just smashed everything, and I blamed him. I blamed him for not helping me because I figured, well, he was knowledgeable in this and he wouldn't help me, and all my work that I had done went to crap. Like, at first I was like thinking about this, and I thought it was kind of funny that this memory came up in my head, and I thought, okay, so maybe I have an unresolved issue with that. No, what was shown to me is that's how we go through life. We plant things unknowledgeable of what we're doing. And when things start to come up, we don't understand why the things that come up come up. Now, I'm not talking about necessarily the big orange and black locusts that were eating my vegetables that I found. I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about is, every day that you live here on this earth, every moment that passes, you have thoughts. Because, as I've said, everything begins with a thought. Yes, indeed. You have gazillion thoughts all day long. But the ones that you have stored inside of you, that you call them your truths, your beliefs, play them all the time in your life. They resurface continually in your life. So I guess what I want to ask you is, what are you planting in your garden? What do you expect to see come harvest time? Here's what I'm going to tell you. If every day you get up with the thoughts of nothing works out for you, life is shit, I'm cursed, God hates me, I hate this life, people are just here to use me and abuse me, nobody loves me, I love and love and love people and they don't love me back, I'm just here to be hurt. Those thoughts every day are being planted in the soil of your tomorrow. Yeah. You are emitting a frequency. What you put out, you get back. The very seeds that you are planting today, you go out there every day and you start watering and pruning your little garden and doing this and doing that. Those thoughts are continual over and over again. And what happens is what you haul in at harvest time is the product of the seeds that you've planted. Now, if you're planting seeds of knowing, planting seeds of I can do this, all things are an opportunity for me to grow. Things aren't happening to me, they're happening for me. My emotions are my guidance system. They're not something to be despised or embarrassed of. Deep feeling people, when they know how to process their emotions, get the best results. Yeah. So what are you planting? Oh, I don't believe in all that stuff you believe in. I believe this and I believe that, and that stuff is just weird. I don't understand it. Okay. All right. I'll take that. Do you understand electricity? Do you understand exactly how the internet works? All these products that you fill your home in, you plug it in or you connect it to Wi-Fi. You know what buttons to push. I've watched 2-year-olds just sail through it. It blows me away. Yeah. They don't understand how it works, they just know it works. So here's what I'm going to tell you. I'm not going to attack anybody's religious beliefs or whatever. Start monitoring the dominant thoughts, your belief systems, because I promise you that the reason you think all these horrible things about yourself is because they keep showing up in your life and you say, see, it's true. I remember one time, she might get mad at me for putting her out there, but I remember my daughter some years ago. Always ready for a fight, always. And it's because she's had to fight her way through life. She's been through a very difficult life. She always had to fight her way through. It was a survival thing. She had to fight where she was at because that's all she knew to survive. So that stuck with her. That stuck with her. And I used to tell her, honey, please, you gotta stop fighting. You've just got to stop fighting. And then one day I was in the house and she was out on the porch. And this car full of girls, she didn't know them, I didn't know them, they pulled up and this girl just come out ready to fight, ready to rumble. And of course my daughter don't back down from anybody. She jumps up and she's ready to fight. And I'm thinking, what the heck was that? Well, I guess when they saw that she wasn't afraid, they got back in the car with a whole bunch of mouth and they drove off. I looked at her and I said, "Who was that?" She goes, "I have no idea, but you see what I mean? You see what I mean? I don't have to go looking for it. It comes to me." Exactly. Because she still had that belief that she had to fight through life. What you plant, you harvest. If you have thoughts, negative thoughts, negative belief systems, stuff like, I'm so sick of helping people and being good to people and then getting shit on. And if you believe that is what happens when you're good to people, well, those are the seeds you are planting. What you plant, you harvest. You're going to have more people come into your life. You'll be good to them. What do you suppose is going to happen? Yeah, you'll get shit on. Because you believe it. And you say, well, it just keeps happening. It's true, it keeps happening. It keeps happening because you have that belief in your head. Well, I only have the belief in my head is because it keeps happening. It's because you believed it at one point and it came to pass. And you said, ooh, you see, this is true. So it become a belief, a deep-rooted belief. Yeah, that's what happens. So what are we planting in our gardens? All my religious people, you reap what you sow. Mm-hmm. I hear so many spiritual people. They say things just like a lot of religious people I know. They say things and they really don't know what it means. They don't know the depth of it. I've seen religious people read that Bible and just read over things, and I look at them like, didn't you hear that? So then I see people who claim to be spiritual, and I'm not dogging or digging at anybody. I'm just throwing some stuff out there for people to look at. I have to look at it, and I still do. But they throw stuff around like, as within, so without. What does that mean? What does that mean? As within, so without. Mm-hmm. The stuff you got going on in here is going to manifest in your world. Every time, on so many different depths, it'll show in your body. It'll show in the people you attract around you. It'll show in the way you keep your house. It will show. As within, so without. And I don't care if you have every inspirational picture on the wall. I don't care how many crystals you have. I don't care what kind of music you listen to. If you do not address your thoughts and your belief systems, as within, so without. Now, I'm not saying that you don't feel your soul being tugged in a certain direction. That's cool. That's cool. That's how it happened to me. I knew there was more, and I started asking. But when you ask and you're shown, what you gonna do with it? What you gonna do with it? You gonna implement it in your life, or you gonna throw another picture on the wall? That's what I used to ask myself. Mm-hmm. Gotta embody that belief. As within, so without. Mm-hmm. You reap what you sow. Everything starts with a thought. You are a creator. You are the image of God. You are God projected in human form. There's a piece of the divine in all of us. Yes, the kingdom of God dwells within. Yeah. God is the creator of all that is. All that is. Mm-hmm. You came in his image. You are a creator. You create by your thoughts and beliefs. Your emotions are here to say, hey, look at me. Hey, look at me. If every time a certain person comes in your presence, and an emotion, a negative energy, rises up, it doesn't necessarily mean there's something wrong with that person. What triggers that in you? Take a look at that. Maybe that person was designed to show up to trigger that emotion. Say, oh, that person's the reason for the emotion. People show up to help you achieve what it is that you came to achieve. What emotions are rising up in you? Instead of reacting and lashing out and stamping it with this is the way it is, look, as I've said, everything happens for you, not to you. So if you have a negative emotion raising up in you, step back, look at it. Why did this show up? I know it sounds like a lot of work, but once you practice this, it's automatic. It's automatic. Why are these emotions raising up? And if they're negative, do I have a fear, a belief rooted in fear about this emotion? Or did this show up so I can build on it, so I can create something that I desire? So what are we planting? All the things. Look around your life. How do you feel in your body? Do you have peace? Do you sleep well? Are your belief systems all around you? As within, so without. You reap what you sow. Look around you. This is what you've been thinking. This is what you believe to be true. Yeah. Examine your thoughts. If fears rise up in you, don't get angry. Oh, I'm so scared. I'm so scared. Listen. I've had some really scary things. Yeah, you got scared. You were supposed to. You were supposed to be scared. So you sit back and you think, why did this show up? Why is this scaring me? What is this designed for? It showed up for me. And say, well, I'm tired. I'm just tired. I'm just sick of it all. Yeah, I've been there, done that. Don't you want relief? Don't you want to produce beautiful things in your garden? You're worth it. You are worth every moment that you have to take to examine your thoughts. You are worth every moment. Do you desire better? You can have better. Look, when the critic shows up, and I know him well, I used to tell him to piss off. That's what I used to tell him, piss off. Yeah, now I almost welcome him. I'm like, I see you. I see you. You're too late. But thanks for showing up anyway. You've shown me I've grown. All those thoughts of, this don't work. This is just bull. It works for other people, but you can't do it because, after all, you've never been able to really do anything in your life. This don't work for you. What are you doing? Go take a nap. It's amazing how people will avoid their emotions. Your emotions are there to serve you. Some people, when they have negative emotions rise up, they're hurt, they're feeling some sort of pain, of rejection, or whatever it might be. Some people drink. Some people eat. Some people shop. Some people have sexual addictions. Some people will sleep their lives away. You didn't come here for none of that. You came here to create a world for you. Just look at the world. If you think it's just me, look at the whole wide world. Everybody's going through stuff. Yeah, they are. I think it's time we realize who we are. I guess it's time we realize we don't have to blame governments and everybody else around us, like our parents, the bully in school, bully in school showed up to teach you something. I guarantee you, you set it up on the other side before you got here. Why? Because you were here before you got here. You were before you got here. Yeah. Sounds bizarre? Chew on it. Chew on it a while. You can't bite into the whole thing that I'm saying. Okay. Examine your thoughts. Do your thoughts about your life show up all around you? Are you saying, see, I told you it was true? Are you doing that? Start planting better seeds. It takes a little practice at first, but you're worth it. You are worth every moment. Oh, that's BS. Okay. If you're happy with your world, so be it. But what if it could change? What if it could change and you don't have to have any money to change it? You don't have to be in a different living situation to change it? How powerful is that? You can sit there in your home, under a tree, under a bridge, and start thinking different thoughts and water those thoughts every day. Think about what it is that you really want. Don't despise where you're at when you ask. Think of all the beautiful opportunities, the beautiful possibilities. Water those. Yeah, get happy about something. Find something to get happy about. And then sit there in knowing, for my religious people, the book says, ask and ye shall receive. That's how. Now for all my folks who want instant gratification, who don't want to wait, think about where you've been through life. It took a long time to get you where you are now. Isn't it worth just a little bit of time, a little bit of your life to fix it so you have a better life? It's not going to happen, boom, just like that. It's going to take changing your thinking. It's going to take you following your passion. It's going to take you believing in you. It's going to take you knowing that, yes, you are a master creator. You're doing it every minute. What are you planting? I don't know about anybody else, but I am worth it. Took me a long time to get here, but I am here. Onward and upward. Yes, indeed. I hope you're enjoying your Sunday. I am. It's a little bit rainy today. I don't know if it's going to stay like this or not. It's okay with me, though. I'm back writing my book. Yeah. Find something you're passionate about. If you're tired and you just want to lay down, listen to some music, if that's the best thing you can find to be passionate about on this day, do it. Believe in yourself. Yeah. Remember, everything starts with a thought. As within, so without. My name's Nayoka Lynn. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Namaste.